Всем привет, дорогие друзья, с вами Александр. Итак, мы сегодня продолжаем тему перевода части на русский язык. Хотя на прошлом занятии мы остановились на недоделанных упражнениях, все равно считаю, что стоит отвлечься на теорию. Итак, как переводить на русский язык английские причастия? Для примера возьмем to throw, бросать или бросить. Throwing, так, бросающий, бросавший, бросая и бросив. То есть первые два это причастия, вторые два депричастия. Так, the boy throwing stones into the pond is my brother. The boy throwing stones into the pond laughed loudly. The boy stood on the bank throwing stones into the pond. Throwing the latter into the fire, he left the room. Так, дальше переводим отдельные виды причастий. Having thrown, бросив. Having thrown the ball into the water, the boy couldn't get it back. Дальше. Страдательный залог. Present participle. Being thrown. Бросаем или будучи брошен. Дословно переводится будучи брошен. Так, в современном русском не употребляется. Вместо нее используется придаточное предложение. The stones being thrown by the boys have fallen into the water. Being thrown with great force, the stone reached the opposite bank. Был брошен с большой силой. Камень долетел на противоположного берега. Past participle. Thrown. Бросаемый или брошенный. Stones thrown into the water go to the bottom. The stone thrown by the boy reached the opposite bank. Next. Perfect participle. Having been thrown. Быв брошен. В русском вообще так не говорят, а в английском используется придаточное предложение. То есть и в английском получается составная форма, и вместо такой формы в русском используется придаточное предложение. Having once been thrown into the water by the children, the dog always ran away when it saw them. Будучи однажды брошенной в воду детьми, собака всегда убегала при виде их. Так, на следующее занятие остается объектный падеж с причастием, а пока стоит все-таки завершить эти упражнения. Итак, перевод на английский. The secretary have sent the letters which were signed by the director, been signed by the director. The secretary sent off the letters signed by the director. We looked through the article, through the Ivanov's article with great attention. We carefully read the article sent by Ivanov. We are satisfied with the quality of the samples given. The quality of the samples submitted. Inform us when you intend give us the ordered goods. When you intend to deliver the goods ordered. In this cabinet or in this room, there are several broken computers. There are a few broken computers in this office. The submitted goods are not satisfies our requirements. Unfortunately, the goods offered do not satisfy our requirements. So, let us stop it for a second. Now, stop. Unfortunately, the goods ordered do not satisfy our requirements. So he showed us a photo of the museum's building. Showed us a picture of the building of the Russian Museum in St. Petersburg. Broken glass were laying on the table. The broken glass lay on the table. All the goods received were immediately transported to the warehouse. sent to the warehouse. The payments for the submitted machines will be made in June. It will be made in July. He brought me several illustrated magazines. A few illustrated magazines. We sent catalogs by the address indicated. Yes, answer. Is unexpected answer surprised as all? Unexpected answer surprised as all. At the present time, we have a very limited number of these details in the warehouse. Present time, we have a very limited number of these details in the warehouse. So next, the very easy and translated into Russian, saying that he left the classroom. Как только сказал, так вышел из комнаты. Сказав это, вышел из класса. Knowing nothing of the dangers, we continued our way. Ничего не зная об опасности, продолжили путь. The doctor, having left his pulse and examined his wounds, declared that he was much better. То есть доктор, пощупав пульс, осмотрев раны, заявил, что ему гораздо лучше. He left the room, seen by no one. Вышел из комнаты, никем не замеченный. While learning the pronunciation of the words, we learn their meaning. Изучая произношение слов, мы изучаем их значение. Having received the information required, the sellers send the buyers the offer and the letter, which is being typed by the typist, should be sent as soon as it is ready. The letter being typed by the typist must be sent off as soon as it is ready. So, next task to translate into English. I showed him a list of books being read this year by visitors of our group. I showed him the list of books read by the students of our group this year. The article, the man have read this article knows the life of sportsmen very good, very well. The man who wrote this article knows the life of sportsmen very well. Having lost the key, he could not enter his room. Go into his room. Turning to the left, we saw a big new building. So a large new building. Showed us a list of goods exported by this firm. Showed us a list of goods exported by this firm. Even studied the issue in detail. He could answer all the questions given to him by the reporter. Not him by the reporter. The question in detail, he was able to answer all the questions asked him by the reporter. Tomorrow will be a test in new machine, which was constructed by Petrov. Tomorrow we shall test the machine constructed by Petrov. He closed the door quietly, without intending to wake her up. He closed the door softly, not wanting to wake her up. Having known that he is still in St. Petersburg, I rang him at the telephone. Ring him up. Having found out that he was still in St. Petersburg, I rang him up. Students finished their translation of the article can leave the auditory. The classroom. The students who have finished translating the article may leave the classroom. Not having any response from him, he decided to write to him once more. Having received an answer from him, he decided with him once more. During the lecture, I noticed a young man sitting in the corner of the room and listening to the speaker with the great intention. So, the lecture, I noticed a young man sitting in the corner of the hall and listening to the lecture with great attention. Being very Uncarefully, very careful, he made several mistakes rewriting text. Being very absent-minded, he made a few mistakes while copying out the text. I must go, said, rising from the chair. The scientists taking part in this expedition were rewarded by the government. Took part in the expedition, received awards from the government. Without knowing the way to the station, I decided to ask a man standing on the corner. Not knowing the way to the station. He left without discussing this question with me. Knowing him very well, I could recommend him as a very good walker. Knowing him very well, I could recommend him as a very good walker. Finding out that the next train will leave only at 11 o'clock in the evening, I decided to go by the morning train. Having found out that the next train would leave only at 11 o'clock in the evening, I decided to go by the morning train. So that's it for today. Everybody, thanks for your attention. Так, всем спасибо за просмотр. Всем удачи и пока-пока. Bye-bye.